How's it going, everybody? Welcome to episode 11 of the Elle Indie Record Songwriter series. Today we have Niel Nasset with us.
I can't watch you leave. Oh, but you make it.
I'm a singer-songwriter, and I basically just write a bunch of songs, and that's kind of all I do. I don't practice the old songs as much as I should. I like to go home and just write new stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of always what I'm working on, and
That's good. You know, that means that you have this like large. You know, if you ever wanted to visit the old stuff, it means you're gonna have a huge repertoire of songs, right? Because
exactly.
And writing. That's.
I've been in the last year. I've been doing a lot of solo stuff, so I've actually had to go back to my old stuff and relearn them, and it's given me a chance to add stuff to it, because a lot of the old songs I wrote when I was really young and in the songwriting process. But yeah, it's fun. So I'm still writing new stuff and working on the old stuff too, trying to make them a little more complicated, if you will.
And Neil, where are you from?
Austin, Texas, born and raised.
Texas. But your last name, you were telling me, is Norwegian, right?
It is.
Cool.
My grandpa was Olaf Niel. My dad was Richard Niel, and
Family name.
yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to have you here. Tell us a little bit about what you do and what you're going to do for us tonight.
I put out my first album before anybody saw me live, just to see if people liked me, and then the first show was like 250 people, and it was back in the MySpace days. And then yeah, that's when I said music's easy. And,
Is it? Is music easy?
No,
It's not, is it?
No, you get yeah, you get a boot in your ass real fast. But at the beginning, I was like, oh, this is, you know, it's gonna be easy. Made a ton of money, and then kept recording, and you know, it's not that world anymore.
It is very different. You know, there's so much about social media and everything's. We live in such a digital world, and it really has changed it. Like I even doing this event, I recognize like people still go to shows, but not to the extent that they used to. You know what I mean? Because why go if you can watch it on YouTube? Which, hello, this is why are we doing this, right?
Download something.
Exactly, or download it, and like you've got it at your fingertips at all times. You know, which you know I want to talk about live music with y'all. You know, the difference between downloading something or watching it on YouTube, specifically watching something on YouTube. You know, like as an artist, tell me, when you have a full room of people and they're listening and they're cheering for you, what does that do for your set? You know?
It's the biggest adrenaline rush you can ever imagine.
It's the energy, right?
Yeah.
Feed on that energy. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah, and people, you know, you want to see these great performances on YouTube, but you know, the reason they're great is because a bunch of people showed up and gave them that energy, you know?
I totally
As an
agree.
artist, you have to have that.
Totally agree. I write a lot of songs, and people ask me to perform and stuff, but it really is, my greatest performances are when it's a packed house and everyone's singing the songs and all that stuff. There's nothing that meets that in life. Nobody gets to say that's my job, or you know, and it's amazing when I see the crowd that knows my songs. I'm like, shit, I just wrote that on my couch.
Yeah.
That's some personal stuff, but it relates to people, and then you know, it makes it worth doing, even though, you know, it's a struggle and everything, but at the end of the day, you know, not everyone can do it, and
and that's
all that matters.
And that's why we do it, right? A lot
Exactly.
of it is connecting with other people, you know, and I think people take music for granted and they don't realize that artists are creating this music because they want to share it. They want to connect, you know, and the showing up to a live show, that's so much part of it.
Yes.
Well, there's actually quite a few people in there today, and I'm excited they're going to get to hear your set. And I'm excited to hear your set live. I've only heard online.
Oh, shit, what is the deal with all this goddamn sex appeal? You just keep on touching. Oh, it's such a rush to me. You know, when the ride comes around, baby, grab a chug. Oh, John, hey, yeah. Only came here for one thing, it's not to hear you sing across the way you wait patient. Like the book from gracefully.
You have some stuff out, right? So how can they find your music
Well,
and find you?
I'm all over the internet, iTunes, Amazon, Rhapsody, Spotify, all that stuff.
I will say Spotify pays the artists, even if it's like 0.001 cents. It's more
very
than
little.
Pandora. So
Very little.
Spotify before Pandora.
The best way to do it is to buy the albums.
Absolutely.
CD Baby, or at a show. But yeah, I got 4 albums out. It's like 38, 40 songs on the
That's
internet.
quite a bit, yeah.
And you know what? There's
Working on 2 more right now.
2 at a time.
Yeah.
Ambitious. Good for you. That's
I go
great.
fast.
Yeah, that's great.
Pushing me through the fall. Bloodshot eyes and a heavy heart. Should I go on? Riding on Houston, one last night. Riding on Houston.
But I really want to thank you for being here, man, and thanks for the
Awesome.
interview, and
Thank you.
thanks for doing the set. And please support this artist. Go to your website, right? Is it? Or
Yeah,
is it
you
just,
can look up Niel Nasset.
look up Niel Nasset. Like him on Facebook. Subscribe to him on YouTube. All the things that people are doing these days on digital media. I don't even know. Buy an album, more importantly, or show up to a show. But support this artist. Very worthy. And stick around. We got clips coming up, and we'll see you next time.
Holes in my palms. Send me over the cold.